I have always wanted to work with a drilling machine to make twisted wires, and I got this opportunity when my husband got me a battery operated very slow drill. This is a drill that's very slow. I'm working with 16 gauge wire. This is a thick wire, and you get your fingers cramped when you try to twist this wire. So I'm just going to bend it in between, and I'm going to use this drill to twist it. So first we are going to be opening up the space where I can add the wire. This is the first time that I am trying it, and this is also in front of the camera. So I'm just going to go about and show you exactly the way it went. And we have to tighten the drill before we can try anything on this. Make sure that it is very nice and tight. You try moving the wire, it should be held very tightly. And the other end, like you can see, it's opening up even when I holding with a plier. My suggestion is just wrap a masking tape to it, the end, before you hold it with a plier. And just slow drill. It's a very beautiful slow drill, and you can see how nicely and evenly it is twisting. I am in love with it, but make sure that you hold the end very carefully because it just opens up. You can see this is a very clean and even twist. And now I'm going to remove it out. So I'm just going to open it up slowly and remove the wire out. I think it's called opening the jaws. And I've just left that space over there because I'm going to be hammering it out. So I've left this loop in case we wanted to make it adjustable. We can add jump rings to it, and the other end I'm just going to use a cutter to cut it out evenly before I hammer it. So this is a thick wire cutter. I have a video of this on my YouTube also, just to show you the kind of cutter it is. You need a thick wire cutter for this, and it's cut out nicely. And now it is time to evenly hammer it out. While hammering, you have to remember to make sure that your hammering has to be consistent and even. Only then you will get a clean and a neat finish. So it has to be holding straight. The hammer should be straight, and you can hammer as much as you want to flatten it out to your choice. And as you keep flattening, you'll realize that there are spaces in between the twists, and also the wire, like you see, gets turned. So you can just use a plier and straighten out these turns. Please don't try to use your hands because this is a thick wire. Like such, it will not get straightened out with a hand or with a thumb or a finger. Using the pliers lightly will just get it straightened out easily. No worries there. And then you just need to measure your wrist size to check what is the length you need. And I'm just going to shape it into a circle before I clean up the end and finish it off so that I can get a even end. As of now, you can see the wires are jutting out. So I'm just going to circle it before I cut it out. And again, you can see a bend over here. So just go in with your plier and straighten it out. And like you see, I'm just going to use a flush cutter over here, again the thick one, and just cut it. Just cut the ends that you can see which are out on both sides, and that will give you a very nice and even look. Once you do that, it's nice and even. We can start to file it now. Just go in with your file and make sure that the edges are filed exactly, like this, the way I'm doing it, because then the two wires will blend inside when you're filing it, and it'll be nice and a clean look. After this, I'm going to take my steel wool and I'm going to clean up the whole wire completely, because there'll be a lot of black marks when you are hammering the wire. So that'll clean up and give it a warm copper look, because this was actually oxidized wire when we started off with it, naturally oxidized. And see how good that looks. It's a very beautiful clean piece, and that's how it looks on your hand, because it's just 16 gauge doubled, so it's very pretty. But if you want to make it adjustable, you can just add chain links, or you can just leave it as is and you can add some charms in the space that is available. That will also look beautiful. You can try this with thicker wires, or for men we don't really have a lot of options in bracelets, and this will look very, very nice. It's just a very easy way to do it, and I'm very happy with the outcome. I hope you do try it. If you have thicker wires and copper, they look very awesome. Now, how to make it adjustable. So what we are going to do is the space that we left it, we're just going to go in with our plier and try to make the loop wider. The wider loop will help us add a hook to it. Now that it is wide, I'm going to go with a tack and make space on the other end for a wire to pass, so that we can make a hook there. I'm just making a small loop and then going to cut the wire just 2 centimeters long and going to shape the hook. Once you shape the hook, make sure that you clean it up nicely to match your whole bracelet, and it is very easy to make it adjustable. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and do try it. It's very easy and very lovely. Thank you.